Agnes Martin once said that anyone who can sit quietly on a stone in a field can understand her paintings. Her work isn't about knowing art, it's about learning how to see again.
Agnes Martin's grids were really meant to take you someplace else. So it's an abstract feeling that she's trying to go for.
This is The Garden, painted in 1964, a rare early example of Martin's signature grid. Martin began working in grids in 1960 after moving to New York from Taos, New Mexico 2 years prior. Living in the Coenties slip neighborhood in Lower Manhattan, alongside artists including Ellsworth Kelly, Robert Indiana, and Robert Rauschenberg, the grid emerged in her oeuvre not as a set of perfect squares, but as an array of rectangles whose dimensions shifted along their horizontal and vertical axes.
In 1963, she did an incredible group of paintings that were boldly colored with painted grids on them. So in 1964, she's moving to what she really became known for, is these grids that were drawn with pencil directly on the canvas. This painting has paint, but it has pencil lines. Agnes Martin always was emphasizing humility, and pencil line was associated with drawing. Drawing was the secondary art at the time. So the drawing on canvas was a show of humility in some ways. This painting is somewhat unique in Agnes Martin's oeuvre, basically because she's known really for sort of white, gray, black and white, and then later in her career, red, yellow, and blue. I don't think I can think of another painting except for maybe a very late one and maybe a very early one in which she actually used green.
Martin often titled her works after nature, the garden, the river, the tundra, yet she never painted flowers, water, or sky. Instead, she painted the sensation of being there, the light, the air, the calm.
The subject of this particular painting has to do with her sense of beauty and nature, but not to represent it. And then there's also this sense that the lines are not perfect. She wanted to project the idea of perfection, but she realized that, none of us could be perfect.
Each line in the garden was drawn by hand. You can trace the subtle skips in the pencil, the moment where she lifted and began again. These imperfections, human, deliberate, are what give the work its pulse.
The choice of the grid has been described in Agnes Martin's work as both a mapping of the canvas and a veiling of the canvas. So it has this ambiguity.
For Agnes Martin, art was never about explanation or perfection. It was about presence, that fleeting moment of stillness where you feel quietly and completely at peace. Because for her, beauty wasn't something you looked at, it was something you entered.
When she was asked about the grid, she said that she was thinking about innocence. Later on, she talked about the innocence of a baby, so it's this purity, this sense of not being spoiled by the world at large in some sense.